Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. This is Teacher Simon taking you through Cambridge Igcse Eco Mathematics paper 1-3 for October-November 2024, and these are questions from 12 to 24. Question 12, write down the equation of the line parallel to the line y is equal to 2x. Now, parallel lines have the same gradient. Okay, parallel lines have the same gradient. Now, when you look at this one given, first of all, the equation of a straight line is given as y is equal to mx, then plus c, where this is the gradient. So this is the 2 you're seeing here is the gradient. Now that means the c for this one is 0. So you just pick any c you want, okay? Any value you want for c. But then let the gradient be the same. So I can write y is equal to 2x, maybe plus 5. You can put any other value you want here, whether negative, whether positive, but so long as it has a 2 here, that line will always be parallel to y is equal to 2x. Question 13. Each student in a class of 20 students records the number of coins in their pockets. The table shows the results, and then they're telling us to find the median. Okay, so to find a median, since the number of students here is even, okay, that means we are going to have two numbers because we are supposed to arrange them in order. Okay, if you want, you can say the zeros are 3, then ones we have only 1, twos you write 7, and then the rest, then you cross them. Okay, however, for the many numbers you won't be doing that. So what you can do is to know that if they are 20 and then I cross from the extremes, then I'm going to remain with this way I have 10 values and this way I will have 10 values, okay, because they are 20. That means the last one here will be a 10th value, and then this one will be the 11th value. So that means the 10th value and the 11th value, they are the ones that are going to remain in the middle, and then you add them, then you divide by 2, you get their average. So this is what we are going to have here. Median is going to be equal to the 10th value plus the 11th value, then we divide by 2. Okay, and what will be the 10th value? We use cumulative frequencies. You add the frequencies. This is 3, then plus 1, 4, plus 7, 11. Then here you get 19, of course 19, 19, and then 20. Now I want you to see that here, where 2 is, the cumulative frequency here is 11. So that means the 10th value is a 2. Okay, so we are having 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 zeros. Then you have 1. Then you have 2. So the 2's are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7. Now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 10th and 11th are the 2's. Okay, so we just say this one is going to be 2 plus 2 over 2, which is going to give you 2. Then part B, calculate the mean. Mean, we are supposed to get the values, we add them, then we divide by how many they are. But since we are having numbers that are repeating, then we say that are appearing more than once, then we can say summation of fx divided by the summation of f. Instead of saying 0 plus 0 plus 0, and then I said 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 7 times, there I will be wasting time. So what you just do, you get your 0 times 3. Then you have 1 times 1. 1 times 1. Then you have 2 times 7. You have 3 times 8. You have 4 times 0. 5 times 0. And then 6 times 1. Then after, we can divide all of this by the 20. Okay, then what do we get here? Of course, here we get 0, then 1, then 14. So putting this all together, we can have 1 plus 14, that is 15. 15 plus 24, then plus 6. So let's begin from here. This is 24. I add on the 6 here, that will be 30. 30 plus 14, that will be now 44. Then plus the 1 here, it becomes 45. So that means the sum of figures is 45. Then divide by 20. Okay. When you divide 45 by 2, it will be 22.5. Then divide by 10. Then this one jumps here. So you get 2.25. That will be my answer there. Then 14, expand 4 into x minus 3. Of course, 4 is supposed to multiply each and everything. So we shall get 4 times x, which is 4x. And then 4 times 3, that is 12. So I write here 4x minus 12. 15, find the size of an interior angle of a regular 15-sided polygon. There are like 3 ways you can do this. Number 1, interior angle of a regular sided polygon is going to be equal to the sum of the angles in a regular polygon. In the polygon is this one, n minus 2 times 180, where n minus 2 represents the number of triangles we can get from that polygon. For example, if I have this as a quadrilateral, I will have 2 triangles. This one adds to 180, this one adds to 180. If I have, let's say, a pentagon, we draw these triangles from the same point. Okay, these are now 3, 180, 180, 180. You see that? If it is, let's say, hexagon, how many triangles are there? 1, 2, okay, then 3. You see that? So these ones are 4. So from 6, you go to 4 triangles. 5 sides, 3 triangles. 4 sides, 2 triangles. So that is the n minus 2. Okay, then times 180, because the sum of angles in a triangle is what? 180. Now for a regular polygon, all the angles, the interior angles, are going to be equal. So how many are they? Okay, how many are they for that case? Then we just put here and divide by n. So now we can substitute here and say if this is 15 minus 2, then times 180, we divide by 15. Okay, and so 15 times 180, what do we get? 15 times 180, well, actually it is going to be 13. Okay, that is 240. Then we can divide by 15, 156. So that is 156. That is one way. Another way, you can say, alternatively, you can begin by finding the exterior angle. Okay, exterior angle of a regular polygon is equal to 360 degrees divided by n. So this one we shall get 360 degrees divided by 15. Okay, what do we get? 360 divided by 15. That one will give us 24. After getting 24, then interior angle is equal to 180 degrees minus the exterior angle, because these two add up to 180. They lie on a straight line. So if I have something like this, this is the interior angle, then the exterior is going to be here. You see? So this is exterior. So they add up to 180. So we shall get 180 degrees minus 24, which still gives you the 156. Okay? Alright. And also, that is the other way. Then another way is this one here, doing it right away. What I've done here, and also here, I have this formula here, that interior angle is equal to 180 minus 360 over n. If 180 is common and we factorize it, then we are going to have 1 here minus 2 over n. Okay, and then looking out for the LCM here, which is n, then n divided by 1, you get n, then times 1, you get n, then here minus 2. So do you see that what you get here, the n minus 2, then over n, is what we are having here? You see that? And also, don't you see that this is 180, then minus what we are having here is the exterior angle, which we have found here. Okay, so you can also do it that way. You calculate using the exterior angle right away, and you say 180 minus 360 degrees divided by the 15. Okay, so you have 180, then minus the 24, and then you get your answers 156. Question 16. Rio buys some pens. He sells 63 pens, which is 7 over 9 of the pens he buys. Work out how many pens he buys. Now, we don't know the number of pens that he buys, so therefore I can say 7 over 9 of the number of pens he buys is equal to 63. Then I find x, so you cross multiply, this will be 7x, which is equal to 63 times 9. And then x is going to be that 63 times 9 out of 7. Okay, but 7 goes into 63 9 times. So 9 times 9, this one will give us 81. Question 17. Eddie has n books. Sam has 3 times as many books as Eddie. Jen has 2 books fewer than Sam. The total number of books is 54. Use this information to write down an equation and solve it to find the value of n. So I can extract the information like this. I say Eddie, then I have Sam here, and then I have Jen. So for Eddie, if Eddie has n books, and then Sam has 3 times as many books as Eddie, then that will be 3n. And then Jen has 2 books fewer than Sam, so I'll get 3n. Then I subtracted 2. Now I'll get all of these ones, I add them, then I equate to the 54. That will be our equation. So simplifying this one will give us 7n. Now take the 2 this side, we shall get 54 plus 2. So that means n is going to be, this one is 56, and divide by 7, and here you get 8. Question 18. Without using a calculator, work out 2 whole number 1 over 4 minus 1 whole number 11 over 12. you must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. So the first mark is to convert the mixed numbers to the improper fractions. So 2 whole number 1 over 4 minus 1 whole number 11 over 12. Now here we can have 4 times 2, 8, then plus 1, this will be 9 over 4. And then 12 times 1, that is 12. Then plus 11, that one gives us 23 over 12. Now since 4 goes into 12, then 12 will be our LCM. So I take 12. Now 12 divided by 4, I get 3. Then I say 3 times the 9 up there. Then minus 12 divided by 12, you get 1. Then 1 times the 23. So meaning we shall have 27 minus 23 over 12. And this one will give us 4 out of 12. And you know that 4 goes into 12. So by 4, 1, then by 4, we shall get a 3. So that means we shall get 1 out of 3. Okay. Alternatively, you could do this. If you didn't know how to get the LCM, alternatively, you could do this. You would say 9 over 4, let me just begin from here, 9 over 4 minus 23 over 12. So use the butterfly method. To get the denominator, you multiply these two denominators, then you multiply this with this, and that with that. So you would have here 4 times 12, then 9 times 12, and then 4 times 23. So 9 times 12 is 108. 4 times 23, that is 92. Then we divide by, this will be 48. 108 minus 92. We get 16. Then divide by 48. 48 is a multiple of 16. So if you divide all through by 16, then you get 1 over 3. Question 19. It is from sets. The universal set has workers in an office. C, these are workers who drink coffee, and then T represents workers who drink tea. 47 people work in the office. 32 drink tea. And then we have the Venn diagram there. Then they have said that complete the diagram. So if 32 drink tea, then we look at the set of T here. Already here we have 6. That means we shall get 32. We subtract 6 to get what is here. Okay. So I'm going to say 32 minus 6. Okay. This one will give us 26. So 26. That will be the answer I put here. Okay. Then, since the total is 47, that means I'm going to have 47, subtract, outside I have 8, I have the 26, I have the 6 here. Then I'll be getting what is missing here. Okay, so this will be 32 plus 8, 40. So 47 minus 40, then we shall get a 7. Part B, write down N, the number of those in C intersection T, that is 26. Okay, and then part C, work out the probability that a work chosen at random does not drink coffee. Does not drink coffee. So you look at the one of coffee, the set of coffees here. So put it off. Okay. Then what remains is what is outside of C, which is going to be the 6 and then the 8. So that means I will say 6 plus 8. And you know that probability, let me just write here, probability of C complement is going to be number of those that are not in C divided by number of those in the universal set. So we shall have 8, then plus 6 divided by the whole total, which is 47. Then we shall have our answer as 14. out of 47. Question 20. The weight W grams of a box is 463.9 grams. Correct to one decimal place. Complete the statement about the value of W. So here you find the error bound. Okay. The error bound, since it is correct to one decimal place, then we shall say it is 0.1 divided by 2, which you get as 0.05. And then to get the lower bound, we get our number, which is 463.9. We subtract the 0.05. And then to get the upper bound, we shall get 463.9. Then we add 0.05. And this one will give us 463.85. And then here we have 463.95. Okay. Usually people do a mistake here. They calculate this one very well as this one, but then in putting the results here, they put it here. Be careful. Okay. Now, why are we getting the error bound? We divide it by 2. Suppose I have this number 463.9. They are saying it is correct one decimal place. That means the next one here, it is going to be 463. So now we shall add 0.1. So this will be 464.0. Then the one before is 463.8. Now we look at the middle here and the middle here. Okay, so this way we go a half, and this way we also go a half. So this number that is here is 463.85. So when I round this one off to one decimal place, it will give me the 43.9 and all of the numbers that are here. But when I come to this one, which is 464, okay, 0.95. When I round this off to this, it will here I have 463. So 463.95. When I round this one off to this, it will give me this one. Okay, now that number ceases to be the 469.3. That is why here we put less than, so that we want the figures that are less than this, not this figure here, because when you get this figure here and you round it off, it gives you the next one. So that's why you have the less than, and here you have less than or equal, because all the values you have here, okay, all of them, they give you the 463.9, and they begin from this one here. So that is that. 21. Calculate 6.4 times 10 to the power 5 divided by 2.5 times 10 to the power -7. Now here I can do something like this: 6.4 times 10 to the power 5 out of 2.5 times 10 to the power -7. So I'll have the 6.4. I divide it by 2.5. Then I multiply by the powers of 10. So this will be 10 power 5 minus, then -7. You see? Then for that case, we are going to get 2.56, then times 10 to the power 12. Okay, because these ones will add up. So that will be our answer, which is 2.56 times 10 to the power 12. Remember, when we are writing standard form, we must write something that a times 10 to the power n, and there has to be one significant figure here on the left of the decimal point. Okay, and then so it's something, then point whatever, then times 10 to the power something, and then and 0 is not a significant figure. 0 can be a significant figure if it is in between other figures. This A we are writing here, okay, it is going to be ranging between 1 and 10. Okay, we can have 1 point something then times 10 to power, but we cannot have like 10 point or 11 point. It has to be like 9 point. Okay, we must have one significant figure here. So that is that. Question 22. Mia invests $1,270 for 5 years at a rate of 2.1% per year compound interest. Calculate the value of her investment at the end of the 5 years. So compound interest is amount is equal to principal, then r over 100, then power t. So this one is going to be 1,270. Then you have 1 plus, this is 2.1 out of 100, which is power 5. And this will be 1270. Then inside here we shall have 1.021 power 5. Then you can put that in the column and we get 1270, then into 1.021, then to the power of 5. And this one will be 1409, and the rest of those figures. So you can write your answer as 1409, or we can write 1409.07. Okay, 1409.07 to 2 decimal places, because usually for these answers in dollars we put 2 decimal places. Why do we put to 2 decimal places? Because we know that $1, okay, $1 is equivalent to 100 cents. Okay, so that means 1 cent shall be equivalent to 1 over 100 US dollars, which is the same as 0.01. Okay, so the 0.01, this means 2 now decimal places, you see. So sometimes they say give your answer to the nearest cent. Okay, so when they say to the nearest cent, it means 2 decimal places. So that's why in most cases you find the answers are given to 2 decimal places. So in other words, this one has $1,409.07. Okay. Question 23. The diagram shows a right-angled triangle. Calculate the value of x. Now, this one being a right-angled triangle, we are supposed to use 2 things. 1, Pythagoras theorem, if only lengths are involved. But we can see there is a length, but this length is not there. Okay. Then the other one is using SOHCAHTOA. In fact, this is the one that we are going to use because there is inclusion of an angle, SOHCAHTOA. So relative to this angle 42, this one here is the opposite side. Relative to this angle 42, this one is the adjacent. The opposite and adjacent, they are always perpendicular. And then the remaining side is what we call the hypotenuse. Now, we have the opposite and the hypotenuse. So when I look at what we have here, opposite is here, hypotenuse is here. That means we are going to use sine. Okay. So using sine, we are going to have sine of 42. You don't just write the word sine is equal to, no. It is a function that must contain an angle within. Okay, so sine of 42 is equal to the opposite, which is x, out of the hypotenuse, which is 9.7. When I cross multiply, this x is going to be 9.7, then sine of 42. So this one is going to be, I can now put in here 9.7, then sine of 42. Then this one will give us, my calculator here is in radians. This is one thing you need to be careful about. The calculator must be in degrees. So I press shift, then mod, and then I press 3, So before you do questions of trigonometry, make sure that you check the mode of your calculator. It has to be in degrees because in your IGCSE, we don't deal with radians, okay? Then I press equals again. So you see that I get a different value. So that is 6.49 to three significant figures, 6.49. Question 24, shape A is mathematically similar to shape B. Find the value of X. Now what we can do, shapes that are similar, their sides are connected by a scale factor of enlargement. They are in the same ratio. Like when I say 3.2 divided by X, I get the same value when I say 2.7 divided by 6.75. And the corresponding angles are equal. This angle will be equal to this one will be equal to this one, like that. Okay, that is for similar shapes. But then congruent shapes, for them, the sides and the angles, the sides are all equal, the corresponding sides are equal, and the corresponding angles are equal. So I'll have X here. I divide by the corresponding side, which is 3.2. Okay, so 3.2. Then I equate to, since I began from this way, I should also come back here. Don't say now is equal to 22.7 out of 6.75. No. If you started from here, again come back and start from here for the next one. Okay, so we are going now to have 6.75, then we divide by 2.7. Now cross multiplying, our X here is going to be equal to 6.75 out of the 2.7, then multiply by 3.2. So putting this one here, 6.75 divided by 2.7, that one gives us a 5.2, then times 3.2, that one will give us 8 as our final answer. Alright, that has been it for this part of the paper. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. See you in the next videos. If you find the content very helpful, kindly like, share, and even subscribe.